Hello, I'm Rich Williams and I'm here at one of Active Leeds' 16 leisure centres across Leeds in the lovely, sunny Rothwell. We're going to go in and find out a bit more about how you can get active in your life. In fact, just look into this big welcome sign here. It's got the 25-metre swimming pool, swimming lessons and the gym. In fact, speaking of the gym, we're going to be catching up with Kirsty. Now, she's been on a remarkable journey for the last 9 months and a real transformation since she decided to make Active Leeds a part of her life.
When you see pictures, pop up on Facebook or this were you last year, and I just think, look at that.
We'll also be speaking to Ashley, who can tell you all about what Active Leeds stands for. Simon will be giving you some fitness tips.
People think that the only way to get rid of body fat is doing cardiovascular exercise.
So let's head on through past reception, make our way in and find out how you could be making Active Leeds a part of your life. I'm here in the activity hall, tucked away in the corner with the Business Development Officer, Ashley Cooper. We found a kind of secluded corner where we're just about out the way, I think, aren't we?
Yeah.
No one's going to get in the way of anyone's sport at the moment. I know how passionate you are about Active Leeds, which is, of course, a Leeds City Council initiative. Just tell us a bit about the mission.
Our main mission is for Leeds to be the best city to be active in, and we want to be passionate about enabling active and thriving communities and delivering positive experiences for a friendly and supportive team. So for us, it's really important to be as inclusive as possible. At our 16 facilities across the city centre, everyone can get involved in sport, whether that's children through our junior swimming lessons, to our active life sessions for over 50s, or Heart Watch that we have for people recovering from heart problems. We want our centres to be accessible and to everyone, and whatever your needs are, whether that's losing weight, recovering from illness, just wanting to get generally fitter, or the social side as well, which is important. I think it's good to work out, but also we have people who come here, they might take part in a class and then go to one of our cafes after. It's also very good for a social side, and if some people might be feeling isolated, they can come to our centres, make friends, meet new people. So it's important for us to be as inclusive as we can, and I believe that we offer something for everyone at our centres.
I know one of the first things you just said there was about being friendly and approachable to people. That is one of the things you notice when you walk in here.
Yeah.
Smiles on people's faces. Not that fella over there, I think he's just lost the game he was playing. But apart from him, smiles on people's faces. And that's important, isn't it, when people are coming to get active and maybe for the first time as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think there is a lot of stigma around going to gyms maybe for the first time, and people that keep fit, you'll think their body beautiful and they'll look at you thinking, what are you doing here? But that's not the case in our facilities at all. I think everyone from the staff to other customers, they're all friendly, supportive, and everyone's going through the same journey. So, if you might come with certain goals, I can guarantee there'll be someone else, similar age, similar background to you, that has the same goals. We have fantastic staff who can support you with programmes and developments. Your member journey when you first join, we can sit you down, talk through what goals you want to achieve, how you can achieve them.
And you're a busy guy as well, because there's 16 centres that you guys are looking after. So how do they vary? Because they're all over the city, aren't they?
Yes, so we have 16, across 17 if you include the sailing centre, which includes sort of your outdoor sports, your windsurfing, etc. But yeah, we've got different centres, your gyms, your pools. We have a climbing wall at Airborough, and I think it's important for sort of cross-training with our membership. That gives you access to all 16. So say you might have a local leisure centre, but you may work in a different part of Leeds. You can use that centre before work or after work. So with a membership with us, you've got access to pretty much, there's a centre locally anywhere in Leeds you are, really.
If I had to ask you the one thing that you reckon, working here and being so passionate as you are about Active Leeds, that sets you apart from the rest, what would it be?
The supportive nature. I think you come here, you're not just another number, you're not a statistic, you're actually a person, and we care about your goals, and we speak to customers regularly. We speak to Kirsty today, and it's great just to see how customers are doing, and they come and they have these reservations and they're hesitant, then you speak to them a few months down the line and it's like they're a completely different person. They're a lot more confident, and it's really good to see people achieve their goals. So I'll say what sets us apart is the support you get, and we're always there for you. There's always staff that can speak to, and we're very approachable. I think that sets us apart from a lot of other places, is how approachable we are.
Thank you so much for having a chat with us today,
Okay.
and all the best with the work here you're doing at Active Leeds.
Thank you.
So I'm here with Simon now, who is, I don't know how you want me to introduce you. Are you a fitness expert, a fitness guru, the fitness head honcho, the fitness chief? What would you like?
All very interesting terms, but I'm a fitness coordinator, so let's
Fitness
stick to
coordinator.
that. Let's stick to that one.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
And I should just explain, because you might be able to hear a bit of noise in the background. Behind the blue door with the glass pane behind me is a spin class. It's dark in there, the lights are flashing, the music's going on as well. I know a lot of people might hear the word spin class and instantly be filled with dread, but they seem to be having a good time in there, don't they?
It sounds like loads of fun, and that's exactly what it is. As you can hear, coaches pushing them on to do what they want to do, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really good experience.
So talk to us a little bit about the importance of fitness, the importance of it not both physically but also mentally, and how people can get more involved.
I think your overall well-being, your physical and your mental well-being are linked. There's no two ways about it, really, for me. I know mine certainly is, but that can be different degrees for different people. Going back in time, the old healthy body, healthy mind analogy is very, very true. If you look at what you can do in fitness, I think there's things there that help people mentally and physically, whether it's group exercise, because it's a more social aspect to it, if you like, where you're in a room with lots of like-minded people. The impression is that it's very demanding, but as you can hear, you're in a demanding class, but it sounds like shed loads of fun. Now, for me, with somebody with maybe a particular mental health issue, maybe feeling a little bit isolated, that sounds like a great thing to do and a lot of fun, but you're also getting physically fit as well. There's also lots of links, certainly well-being-wise, with your body image, the feeling of accomplishment if you've actually set a plan out to do something and you feel you've achieved that, but there's obviously lots of tools and things in place that working with instructors and coaches obviously to help them do that and motivate people to do that.
And is that one of the important things then? Is it setting a goal? Is it
really,
knowing where you're trying to head towards?
I think goal setting for anything, irrespective of it being fitness, is something that we all should do more of, whether it's in your work, whether it's in your personal life or in your enjoyment. And we find in fitness that setting smart goals, if you like, or things that are tangible, things that you can record and things that you can track, however small or insignificant they may seem, will certainly help with chasing bigger goals, shall we say. Yeah.
People have busy lives.
Indeed.
You know, some people have more time than others. You know,
Yeah.
someone turns around to you and says, I just don't have time. It sounds great, I'd love to, but I just don't have time.
Yeah.
What are the ways people can fit it in to do it, and how can they beat that barrier?
It is a barrier, you're right, and sometimes it's just a perceived barrier, it's not a real barrier. People think of exercise in really formal terms insofar as going to a fitness class that's timetabled, going to the gym at a timetable time, and that's really important if you can do that, and I'll touch on that a little bit later. I think the thing about activity is looking for opportunities for activity. Like, we've just come from downstairs, we could have taken the lift up, but we didn't. We've used the stairs. It's things like that, and looking for opportunities to walk, being active possibly with your children a little bit more rather than waiting around while they're doing something. All sorts of things like that. It's looking for opportunities to be active as much as anything.
I would love to, in a moment, if that's all right, just ask you about some fitness tips for everyone
I'd be glad
who's
to.
listening for the podcast. I know you've got a few bits you need to do, and we want to catch up with Kirsty, who's been on this amazing journey over the last 9 months, who should be finishing up anytime soon to hopefully have a chat with us if we can grab up before we can. So we'll leave you to get on with what you need to get on with today. We'll leave the spin class in peace as well.
Yep.
And we'll come back to you for your fitness tips in just a moment.
That'd be great.
So one person I've been told has had quite amazing journey really with Active Leeds is the lovely Kirsty, who's been coming for about 9 months. So we're going to see if we can just find her and see if she's about to have a little chat with her. No, that would be the badminton courts. Let's go through. I think the gym's down that way, and I think she's probably been there this morning. So in fact, here she is. Kirsty, hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay, thanks.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. I feel terrible grabbing you when you've just come out the gym.
It's all right.
That's terrible of me. Now, you've had quite the experience with Active Leeds, haven't you? And this all started around 9 months ago for you.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about the journey.
I started coming with my friend, just doing classes, and then if we were late for a class or early for a class, she'd say, let's just go in the gym for a little bit. So we did, and everybody that was so friendly, like if everybody wasn't so friendly, I wouldn't have wanted to keep coming, because it's a big part of coming, I think, if everybody's, on your side, egging you on sort of thing. I'd planned to do it because I'm going away this June, and I wanted to be realistic and not think, wait till after Christmas. I'll have loads of time in 6 months. Because that's just never going to happen, is it?
Go back to 9 months ago when you first started here. What was the goal? You got this holiday that's coming up. What was the aim when you first started coming here?
I had a goal size. I'm not really bothered about what I wear. I just wanted to be a size, but I'm that size now, and I'm still not happy with it. I'm like, no, it's not good enough. I wanted to not go abroad and feel uncomfortable or with a group of girls. I just wanted to go there and be comfortable and maybe a bit toned even.
And what's it like in here then, down here at Active Leeds? You've got nice friendly faces greeting you when you come and do the stuff. And which classes are you doing then?
I do aerobics on a Wednesday, synergy on a Thursday and a Friday if I can. Sometimes I do it on a Saturday morning if I can get out of bed in time.
Can you describe how you're feeling now compared to how you were feeling when you first came with that goal of losing weight and getting fitter, and how you're feeling about yourself now? I know you're not yet where you exactly want to be, you said, but how are you feeling in comparison?
Oh, a lot better. It's when you see pictures, pop up on Facebook, or this were you last year, and I just think, well, look at that. You just don't see it when you're that big.
Can I ask you how much weight you've managed to lose in the? I know it's not weight determined,
it's
size determined,
yeah.
but do you know how much you've lost?
If I lose 2 pounds, I've lost 4 stone.
Wow. Congratulations on the journey, because it's absolutely an amazing transformation.
Thanks.
And have an amazing holiday when you go away with the girls as well. And we look forward to seeing the pictures on Instagram. Get the right angles and everything as you do.
I said to my friends, if they're in a photo with me planking across 2 beach things, it's not been worth it. Because I couldn't plank when I first started to come in. Could not.
Who's this woman in Corfu doing a plank over a couple of sunbeds? What's she doing? So nice speaking to you. And I better let you go because you've just come out of the gym and here I am grabbing you, stopping you from going home. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the hole.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I'm back with Simon, the fitness coordinator, and we're in the office here at Rothwell. Simon, we just spoke to Kirsty. She's obviously had this amazing journey, and 6 times a week she's here. She's at that end of the scale where fitness is. She's doing it loads at the moment. There'll be people listening who just want to get a bit more active. What are the best top tips to start that off, to get going?
I think for me, a lot of it is having a plan and being realistic with how much time you have got available. A lot of people, obviously, you've got a busy life, working, and it's building it into that and accepting that, and not hitting yourself over the head that I've got to be coming in from work, then going out to the gym or going out to a fitness class all the time. Yeah, they're important aspects of fitness, but if you're going to do that, why not do it prior to work, possibly? So it's built in almost as part of your day, as part of your work day. You could also build it into possibly your lunchtime, or even on the way home from work, rather than going home and then going out again, calling in on your way back. Obviously, having lots of different facilities ourselves, that's really good because we're all over the city as far as linking up with people's workplace away from their home as well. Something like that to almost make you commit would be putting your kit in your car straight away. So you haven't got the excuse to think, I've got to go home and get my kit, and then you find 3 other things to do. We all do it. Nobody's perfect, and obviously the one extreme is coming 6 times a week, which is brilliant, and that's awesome, but a lot of people, it takes a lot for them to commit to that sort of thing. And you've got to be a bit more realistic, so you're not being too hard on yourself and you're not being that overly committed to it, if you like, because sometimes that can be intimidating in itself. Daily activity is so important. One of the biggest fitness trends at the moment is wearable tech, and that is really around tracking daily activity. It's almost down to counting your steps, as basic as that, looking for opportunities to do that, whether it's taking stairs, parking further away from where, when you're going shopping, further away from where you usually would, so you're walking, doing things with your children, take your dog out for a longer walk, or actually, rather than taking your dog out and letting him off and letting him run around, actually walk around with him and doing things such as that. We've all done it, and we're pretending that we're going out and walking the dog, but we're not, or that we're gardening and we're not, things such as that. So it's building it into your day-to-day life and just looking for those opportunities to be active. They're all around us all the time.
As well as doing all the exercise here in the classes, Kirsty's obviously lost a lot of weight. She had a goal with that as well. When it comes to weight, there are so many myths around weight loss and the ways to do it.
Yeah.
You're the man in the know. So, what are those myths and how do you debunk them?
Well, the first myth is weight loss. We're not talking about weight loss, however, we're talking about fat loss. Weight's made up of, obviously, water, bone, muscle. I don't think we want to lose any of those. We're wanting to lose body fat, so that's the first thing. So that can be a bit of a minefield when you're tracking just weight alone. You don't know what you're losing. So that's where it's good to have a specific goal around certain things, and your training does help with that, so you can maintain your muscle mass and your bone density and things like that. The things that are important to your health and how you look, obviously we don't want to lose those, and the things that will be shape changing, which will show shape to your body. So that'll be the first thing, is just be careful about your term of just losing weight. It's fat loss that we're looking to do. So try and be more specific with that and trying to get sucked into just tracking a number. Second one that always comes up is, I'm going to call it spot reducing, but it's basically somebody who does thousands of crunches and expects to get a 6-pack. 6-packs come from lower body fat, things like that, or work in an area of your body where you think it's going to look loads better and loads leaner just because you work in that particular area. Body fat comes off your body as a whole. So obviously your activity should, like whatever activity you're doing, those parts are going to look leaner just from your general activity when you're obviously using body fat. That's a big one that a lot of people fall into. As far as the nuts and bolts of training and actually doing exercise, people think that the only way to get rid of body fat, and as far as a weight management routine, is doing cardiovascular exercise. You might hear it termed as CV. Basically, it's aerobic exercise, which is great, and it's very, very important as far as a healthy heart and your healthy lifestyle and feeling a little bit more energised. But it can also be quite laborious as well, and there's some other benefits you could get from doing resistance routines or doing things such as circuit training that are still going to get the adaptations that you want from your cardiovascular system, but will also get a lot of carryover from strengthening your muscles, your joints, things such as that, and changing the shape of your body. So a lot of people come in and ham at CV and it can be very boring, and that puts them off training. So that's something that certainly a pro instructor would help you with. Another one, a calorie is a calorie. If you eat excess calories to what you're burning or using, you will get fatter irrespective of what you're eating. There's a bit of a misconception that if you eat certain types of food, they'll just be dissipated from your body. If you eat too many things, and whatever they are, you can get fat from eating too much tuna, you can get fat from eating too much ice cream. A calorie is a calorie, and always bear that in mind. So any fat loss plan that you want to do should mean you're using more calories than you're consuming. It's as simple as that. That is the most simple way I can put it. The industry's been built up a little bit to make it a little bit more confusing because people want to sell things, diet plans, things such as that, but it never gets away from that, and that's something to always bear in mind. And I think that's one of the biggest myths going. Last one really is a lot of people tracking the weight, which is great, but sometimes tracking it a little bit too much. And by that I mean weighing themselves, such as before a workout and after a workout, and looking for losses in those sort of terms. Well, if we went down training now and I took you down, we did a workout, you'd enjoy yourself and come out, and if we weighed you before and after, yeah, you would be lighter, but you'd probably be dehydrated, and that's where it'd come from. You wouldn't have metabolised the amount of body fat in that time to see a weight loss, and that's quite an unhealthy way of tracking. What we really should be doing, if we're going to track it on a weight terms, and I appreciate that people want to do that, which is great, it should be something that's done no more frequently than once a week, at the same time of day, and dressed the same way, so it's as measurable and as comparable as possible, because sometimes it can get very, very confusing if you're weighing all the times, different times a day, pre and post workout and things like that, and it can be very, very confusing. So try and keep it simple for yourself.
It's quite astonishing, really. I mean, just from listening to you there, how many myths there are. Simply from me saying, oh, weight loss myth. Well, It's not weight loss. And how many there are around that, and how people do things, and we all assume that doing certain things will lead to weight loss or body fat loss, but actually It's not necessarily the way. I guess you guys are here to help people here at Active Leeds to get on that journey and to do it in the right way.
That's where knowledge comes in, and that's where specific programs and goal setting comes in, so we can go to those areas and identify those areas that we're actually working on.
Sam, thank you so much for that. And if no other reason, I now know that my 1,000 sit-ups I've been doing every day is not the reason why I haven't got a six-pack so far. So that's the reason. That's the reason why I
got out of jail.
All those sit-ups. Thank you so much, Simon, and all the best here at Active Leeds.
Thanks very much.
David Harris, the manager down here, is with me. We're just in between the two swimming pools here. It's nice and toasty down here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is warm.
This is the place to stand, isn't it? We've heard from Ashley and Simon and Kirsty and some of the amazing stuff going on down here. It's a great place, isn't it? And people are using it every day and loving it.
Yeah, it is. It meets a lot of need for the local community. There's a real variety of customers that come, and we do everything we can to ensure that we get as much going for them as possible to engage people in activity.
And you personally, being the manager here and seeing people and people who are starting and coming to do, whether it's with a goal set in mind for fitness or whatever they're looking to do, what's it like for you seeing new members come in and then seeing their transformations?
Yeah, it's really exciting. We've had the opportunity to see a lot of different people from all different backgrounds, and what's really clear throughout is that everyone's got their own goal and everyone's got their own reason for starting out. And it's just, what we're trying to create here is that family community environment where we're able to understand why it is that people want to come to a leisure centre and what it is that we can do to help them achieve their goals.
And there's other stuff going on here as well. Social adult care is one of the things that happens that people might not know about.
Yeah, so we've got an adult social care base here, which is now run by Aspire, and that's been a fantastic venture, because it means that we've got that booked in all the time, and they use our facilities. But for them, they engage in the activities that go on as well, and interact with customers and staff alike. It becomes a really nice part of the service that we offer.
And it's all about fit right in, isn't it? That's the slogan for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's the current campaign, and what we're saying is that we've got a real diverse staff in structure, we've got a real diverse customer base, and it is just really getting that message across that from those that are competing at a high level to those that are completely starting out, we've got something available for everyone, and we're able to meet those needs.
Just before I go and jump on a float in the pool, if people want to join and they want membership and they've heard this and they've thought, you know what, I want to change my life a little bit, I want to get more active. What kind of memberships are available?
So all membership offers, you best just head into reception or head into the Active Leeds website, have a look and see what we've got going on and what's available. The main focus at the minute is to give people the opportunity to access everything. So the main membership push at the minute is access to gym, swim and fitness classes, to really work out what's best for you, what you enjoy, and what's going to keep you attending, really, because it's just about finding the right avenue for you so that you can keep participating rather than dropping in and dropping out.
And just before we let you get back to it, is there a particular memory you've got from working here that sort of stands out?
Oh, we've had so many. One of my favourite stories is a member of the public that swims in one of our swim fit sessions, which is a high level session, and he's well into his 80s and competing at masters levels and winning medal after medal, and beating national records for his age group. And he uses the gym and the pool and attends some of the classes as well. But just to pick just one, that's the one. But there are so many, I could go on for ages with
He's
him.
the inspiration there, isn't he?
Exactly, yeah. What's your excuse if he's doing that?
So just before I go, back here in reception next to the amazing fish pond that they've got here. I say fish pond, it's huge. Just on the right hand side when you walk through, if you ever come down to this Active Leeds at Rothwell. But if you've been inspired today, you've heard a story from Kirsty and you thought, you know what, that could be me, heard something like David said, or Ashley or Simon with his fitness tips, and you want to get involved, then please do. These are great places and they can really transform your life. The place to go for all the details is active.leeds.gov.uk. And thanks so much for listening. Hello, I'm Rich Williams and I'm here at one of Active Leeds' 16 leisure centres